processor, juicer, blender, mixer, soup maker, ice cream maker, meat grinder. You're going to get 8 machines in one. Everything you do takes less than 5 minutes. One blade does it all.
I've always had problems with blenders.
Getting them clean. Or the blades. Yeah, you don't sharpen these. These are laser cut surgical stainless steel, but they're not sharp. It's heavy duty, built to last, but it'll crush ice and never worry about the blades. But it's also the most versatile kitchen appliance you can buy just because of all the different things you can use it for. So here's how it does soup. You just take all your raw veggies and put in there. You don't have to pre-chop. In fact, celery I wouldn't recommend in a blender or a garbage disposal. String wrap around the blade ruins the motor, but this is going to chop it up and then high-speed liquefy it all. Put a little piece of onion, and then we'll also add in a little bit of cabbage. So for picky eaters, don't see it or taste it. We're making a puree out of this, and at the end I'll slow it down, show you how to make a chunky garlic. Even with the skin, you don't have to peel it. We'll put just a little bit of ground chili pepper. And then I like to add just a little bit of sun-dried tomatoes, which gives it a nice fresh flavor. But if you look at page 64 in the soup section, you're going to find the soup that we're making right now. So list of ingredients, what to put in, what speed, simple. Take a little bit of Mexican seasoning, add to it. And then for flavor, I'm using bouillon. I'm going to recommend broth or stock because it will reduce your sodium even more, which is what our recipes tell you to do. And then we'll add our water. Cold water 5 minutes, 3 cups of warm or hot, half the time. And then do not do this in a blender because it'll pressurize the lid, blow the lid right off. They're not designed for heat. So we're going to go from that low speed all the way to the highest speed. And let that go for about 1 to 2 minutes. And then I'll slow it down to make it chunky. You ever heard of Musco soup? You ever go to your fridge and say, this must go, this must go? That's how you're going to make it chunky. You take any kind of pre-cooked leftover. So for demonstration, I've got beans and corn. Or if you had like a leftover chicken breast, that's a great way to make it a chunky chicken tortilla soup. So put a little piece of lime in there. And even with the rind, and you'll see the steam starting to come up through the top as it heats it up. Put in milk and chocolate. You get hot chocolate in 3 or 4 minutes. Heating it up by the speed of the blade. You ever rub your hands together as fast as you can? It's called friction, and that's what it's doing right now to this. You put in a block of cheese, high speed, melt it to a cheese sauce. Chocolate makes fondue, and you'll find all kinds of things I'm not demonstrating, like sauces, syrups, batters, fondues, even salad dressing. But the soup that we're making today is called tortilla, and it's right here just to show you how easy it is. So what we're doing right now is this part. It's going to make it chunky for you. Go back to that low speed, and you got a pureed soup, nice and hot. And now you just take your leftovers and put in there with it.
You're making the tortilla soup?
Now these are suggestions for chunky. So I'm going to add beans. Book says olives.
Oh, I see. Now you're making it.
Yeah, that's why I say this is where you call it Musco, because it's just whatever you want to put in that you have leftover. Add a little bit of corn.
And you put it on the
Lowest speed, variable speed 1. And then at home, I would actually pour this in a bowl with a little grated cheese and put some tortilla strips over the top. And I'll just add the tortillas right in here with it, and you got tortilla soup. So you can make anywhere from 2 cups to 8 cups of soup. The best part is the machine never cooks it long enough or hot enough to kill the enzymes, so it's still considered raw. You're breaking everything down to the cellular level to make it all bioavailable. But I still get the nutritional benefits from that. What's wrong with a canned soup? High in sodium. It has really hardly any nutritional value because it's not fresh. Most of it is the vegetables they don't sell at the grocery stores, the ones they can't sell you. So they cook it into a soup.